Today we're going to be using our texture drawings to create texture collages. For today, you're going to need a Sharpie, a pencil, a piece of white paper, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and your textures drawing from the last time. You can choose to draw a hat like I did, or use this circle template to make a sun or a flower. Or if you really want a challenge, you can draw any animal that you want. If you do choose to do this, remember that I'm not going to be able to help you all the time. I can only give you a little bit of help, so make sure that you can draw the animal that you want, mostly on your own. I'm going to start drawing my hat using something called whisper lines. These are pencil lines that, just like whispers, which are really soft and difficult to hear, these lines are really light and difficult to see, but very easy to erase. It's important to use them to make sure that you can fix any of your mistakes, just like I am right now, really easily. Once you've erased all of the lines that you don't want, and you have your hat pretty much how you do want it, you're going to get your Sharpie and slowly and carefully go over every single pencil line. Be really careful with the Sharpies and don't press too hard, but make sure that you go slowly enough so that you don't make any mistakes with your lines. If you do make a mistake though, don't worry, we can turn it into a beautiful oops, or we can figure out another way of fixing it, especially when we start using the collage. Here is my finished hat. I am ready now to start cutting up my patterned texture drawing and turning it into a collage. So I need my texture drawing from 2 days ago, and I need my pair of scissors. I'm going to start by cutting out big sections of each different color and different texture that I found. I don't want to cut them out too small because we probably won't have time to finish this today, and I want to make sure that nothing gets lost. So start by cutting out big sections, or you can even leave the paper whole and just cut out the section that you want. Choose your first section that you want to cut into smaller pieces to glue onto your drawing. I chose my orange section, and now I'm cutting out smaller triangles and rectangles and trapezoids and all kinds of weird shapes that I'm going to glue on. You only want to cut out about 6 or 7 little small pieces though, just so that you don't cut too many and waste paper. Now it's time to start gluing them onto my hat. So I'm going to take my glue stick and very carefully roll it up a little bit, not too much. And then I will slowly glue all over my drawing. I'm going to do this carefully because when you have this much glue on a paper, it can be easy to accidentally get things stuck or to accidentally put too much glue. So go carefully and slowly, and then you will start gluing your paper on. You want to do the glue and the sticking one section at a time, so only glue a little bit first. As you're sticking your papers on, you might notice that some start going outside the lines. That's okay. That's part of making a collage. It should not be perfect, and it shouldn't all be inside of the lines. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a collage. Now I'm going to take my purple section. I want it to be the thin band around the hat, so I'm going to cut long and thin pieces. That's okay to cut pieces in the shapes that you think you're going to want them already. And again, I'm going to carefully and slowly glue and start sticking pieces on. When I started sticking them on, I realized that I actually wanted to cover up the bow that I drew, and that's okay. You're an artist and you're allowed to change your mind while you're making your art. Time's almost up, so it's time for me to clean up, even though I'm not finished. That's okay if you're not finished today either. I'm going to take my paper clip and my leftover papers and stack them all carefully in one corner. I'm going to put the biggest pieces of paper on the bottom and then slowly layer smaller and smaller pieces. This makes sure that all my pieces go inside of my paper clip. Then I'm going to hold them all together at the edge, making sure they're all lined up, and then use my paper clip to clip them on. You can see the way that I'm sliding the paper clip onto the paper. Now it's time to test. I'm going to shake it a little bit, not too hard, and nothing fell out. Then I'm going to put it in the center of my table and start cleaning up my glue. Roll it down, and then put the cap on until you hear it snap. Then put your glue, scissors, and your Sharpie on the tray in the center of your table.